everyone, it's Michelle Pepper here. I'm just jumping in to demonstrate how I use alcohol ink blending to create these cards. So it's always easier to show it in a video rather than explaining it in so many words. Alright, so what we need is we need our silicone mat. I like using my silicone mat. My Stampin' Seal Plus, and then some color blends, some Stampin' Up blends. So these are alcohol ink markers. All right, I've chosen those three colors to demonstrate this. Now you need your vellum paper, all right, and then a piece of basic white cardstock that just will show the colors better. So let's get to it. Now I find the better way to do this is, so I'll show you the difference. I did this when I just had the vellum on its own without putting it onto the cardstock, and it does buckle a little bit, and then so when I put it on the basic white mat, it is still quite buckling. You know, it's not straight, as you can see. And then with this one here, I nearly threw this out, but then I thought I'll just run it through the embossing folder, and I actually quite like the look of it. And so while it's still not the best card, as in, you know, it still has that buckled look, but I think I can still use it. I mean, I wouldn't mind if I get a card like this. You know, obviously I have to put this onto a card base. So the best way I found to do this was actually to stabilize this vellum with your cardstock, right? So gluing it down. Now I don't know, I haven't found a way to glue this. I used the Stampin' Seal. That was the best thing that I could find. I thought it's kind of see-through. Yeah, you can kind of see through it, but I haven't been able to find an adhesive that is completely transparent. But I didn't mind the Seal Plus so much because it has these like lines. I'm not sure if you can see it. I don't think the lighting is picking it up. Let me just see if I can move this. Yeah, I'm not sure. But I don't know if you can see, but it's kind of like it has these little lines, it's almost like a pattern. And so I kind of didn't mind it because I thought it kind of looked like a pattern. So the trick is to try and get this, and I'm not the best at using Stampin' Seal Plus, but I'm giving it a go. So try and do it in a straight line if you can. So going slow and steady is the best way to do this. So slow, steady, all the way down. Right, so it's not too bad, I think. And then I'm going to do it on the other side as well. And slow, steady, all the way down. Oops. Yeah, it's not quite straight, but that will do. What's this? Okay, and then this side as well. Slow, steady. Oh yeah, can you see? I've kind of gone to the sides a little bit, and then I'll do it that way too. As you can see, I'm not the best at using Stampin' Seal. Actually, I think I'm better at Stampin' Seal Plus than I am with Stampin' Seal. Right, so I am stabilizing this now. Which one is? So I'm going to go. Now there's no second chance with. So you kind of need to get it straight first go. I think that looks all right. Okay, so that's cool. So that you can see the line, but it's not too offensive, I think. All right, so but you can see there's no buckling, right? Compared to that, you can see the buckling that way. Anyway, so now I can do my alcohol blending. So all I did was using 2, 3, 4 colors, or even one, and I'm just making a little pattern. So I'm using the, oh, why can't I open this? Oh, right, so that's the brush end. And so I'm just making a little block here. I'm making this a little bit bigger than I did before. Alright, and then I'll use the next color, which is the Parakeet Party. Alright, so the first one was Orchid Oasis, and then this is Fresh Freesia. So these are alcohol markers, so it smells of alcohol, and some people don't like it. I don't mind it. It's so yeah, just gonna do it this way, and then lastly a little bit of this. Alright, so I think that's about right, maybe a bit wider. And then, okay, now the magic is when this is when the magic happens. I forgot to bring one thing out. Okay, so we got my aqua painter. Now, preferably no water in there, but I have water in here, so I'm just going to have to make sure that I'm not pressing on here where I could press release some water. So I'm holding it on the hard end where I'm not going to be getting any water out. I don't want water, preferably. And you will need alcohol, isopropyl alcohol, and the higher the better. This is 99.97%. The higher the better. The more water content, the more likely your vellum will buckle. Okay, so then I just got myself a little jar lid and pour some in here. It's probably way too much. And then it's time to play. So all we do is, remembering I'm trying not to hold here because I don't want to release any water. And then all I need to do now is just kind of thump it. Okay, and let the water run. So the Fresh Freesia doesn't seem to. It's more of a brownie look. But yeah, so that's how we get our watercoloring look. And I just kind of need, so yeah, so it depends on how much water alcohol you put in there and what kind of color you use, and you can just let it, you know, I can, yeah, I'm kind of making a mess now. Yeah. Okay, so I can also, because they are alcohol, it will dry quite fairly quickly, you know, because it evaporates, and kind of, if I want it to, I can just let it run a little bit. It's just a bit of like, no hurry, just watch, wait and see what happens. Let the paint do its thing, let the ink do its thing, the alcohol do its thing. And then if you need it to, I suppose you could try and dry it off a little bit to help you by dabbing. Right, so it's not, so this is kind of looking a little bit paler. And if I wanted to, I could, I believe I could add some more. So the Freesia doesn't seem to be working so well, so I'm kind of like just maybe I won't put so much there. Alright, so you can see I'm just really playing. Okay. So it's just having a look like that, and then moving it around. There we go. So we've got some sort of like pattern. Now you could let it dry a little bit, you can kind of even see how it's evaporating. Right, it's the beauty of using the alcohol isopropyl, is that how you say it? And then you can now also do this where you tap. Oh, can you see? So when I've tapped at it, letting droplets of water in, and it's doing its thing. I really didn't have to do much. I just have to just kind of maybe rub that off. I don't want that part. Can you see? It's a really cool technique. Yeah, if I wanted to, maybe just see if I can do a bit more. Okay, and there you have it. That's pretty much like, I'll just let it sit and dry, and it hasn't buckled. Like I don't want to put it to its side right now because the alcohol is still runny. But yeah, it's not buckling like it did with this one. So the trick is to back it and stabilize your vellum with cardstock, and then do your alcohol marking. So I hope you enjoyed that. Yeah, and that's what I've done in order to make these pretty cards here. All right, thank you for watching. Bye.